How can you develop your intuition? And just as importantly, how do you learn to trust it? Psychic Tiff is back on the show with tips and tricks to improve your intuitive skills. Welcome to the Peep Podcast. I'm your host, Nicole Maroc, and if you're just finding the show, thanks for giving it a try. The two big ideas behind the Peep Podcast are to show that the paranormal is more normal than you think, and to connect the science to the psi, including ESP, psychokinesis, and intuition. On this episode, Psychic Tiffany Johnson is back to answer questions about developing and trusting your intuition. You'll hear us go off on a few tangents, but those side conversations sometimes lead to great things, including a new Facebook group you can join if you want to practice your intuitive skills. The link to that group is in the show notes and on the Peep Podcast Facebook page and group page. Tiffany's first appearance on the Peep Podcast was way back in January of 2021 for episode 8. So if you're not familiar with her backstory, please go back and listen to that episode. You don't have to listen to it before enjoying the conversation in this one, though. I'll give you a brief introduction now before we get into the interview. Tiffany Johnson has been called our generation's most gifted psychic medium and has over 24 years of full-time professional experience in the psychic, metaphysical, and paranormal fields, earning the endorsement of the most skeptical of critics. She began her studies with the tarot and was performing readings for friends and family around 12 years of age. Tiffany is a board-certified hypnotherapist, a Reiki master, and a certified fairyologist. Let's dive in with Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. Welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm a little flustered, but that's for talk off air, but you know why. But
I know.
I'm so looking forward to talking to you, so that's cool. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'll be medicated later, so I'll calm down.
I love that you're here.
I love that I'm here. Thank you for having me back. Please do it again and again and again. And I promise I will not have technical difficulties this next. Well, I can't promise that, but man, I can hope and I can pray and I can go to a better location or something.
Oh, you know what?
That was going to be my next alternate. Like, honey, we have to go for a drive down the road and get on someone else's tech.
I'm so glad you didn't have to do that. And
me too.
Honestly, some of my most favorite interviews have had some pretty bad technical difficulties. So, this is just going to rank up there with one of my favorites. I can tell you already.
Cool. And I promise I'll behave and I will really try not to curse inappropriately or even appropriately. I'll just try not to curse, period. I'm working on that. Me and the Lord.
I appreciate that. And I can always beep you out. And I can get creative with the beeps if you want me to.
It's a family show. No.
I
can get creative with my cursing too. So you might hear something like pickle weasel, devils, or just, when I try not to curse.
Okay, pickle weasel is my new favorite phrase.
Is that the greatest ever? Pickle weasel. Oh, it just works for so many things.
I love it.
Instead of saying like effing something or another, but yeah, pickle weasel.
Right. Oh, yeah. And you can just see the exclamation points behind it.
Right.
I love it.
I actually made a little GIF of a pickle weasel because a dear friend who's in terrestrial radio, she's like, "Did you just say pickle weasel?" I'm like, "Damn right I did, sister." And I'm like, "I will send you the GIF." And she's like, "Shut up, you have a thing?" I'm like, "Dude, have you met me? Pickle weasel."
Okay, now I have to see the GIF too.
I'll find it, and I promise when I find it, I will send it to you too. Awesome. Pickle weasel. Yes, everyone feel free, use it. Yeah, make it your new curse word. Keep it clean. Church language.
Yes.
Yeah, so when you stub your toe, it's going to be pickle weasel. It won't be a curse.
I think I'm gonna have to practice it a little bit because I have a feeling it's not gonna roll off my tongue quite as easily as it sounds like it does yours.
It's a lot of syllables, but it's worth it.
Oh yeah,
Anywho, we're here to talk about things other than pickle weasels.
we are. So
Yes.
so for this episode, we're going to
Hmm.
talk about intuition,
Yay! One of
how
my
to
favorite topics.
I know how to develop it, how to trust it. And
Mm.
when we were discussing what we would discuss,
Uh-huh.
I said, lately I've had a lot of people ask me about this.
Yes.
And honestly, I gave them answers, but it's like I would rather get the answers from somebody who's written a book on this subject.
Well,
So
ding
I'm talking to
ding.
you.
Who dat? Me. Yes,
Yeah.
I have maybe written some words on that whole idea of intuition.
Yes. And I
Mm-hmm.
have your book, Picture Yourself Developing Your Own Psychic Abilities.
Uh-huh.
And it was quite helpful when I
Thanks. Oh,
was
good.
getting started. So
Fabulous.
so let's talk about it. First off,
What you want to know?
how do you develop your intuition?
Oh my gosh. I tell people to do like small little things because I think intuition is so subtle. It works best to work really on a small level. So use your intuition to find the best rock star parking when you go to Target slash Walmart slash the grocery store or bank or whatever. You know, that's my, and then you kind of are testing yourself. You kind of dip your toes in the water. And so that's or my other thing, my other favorite way to lose my intuition. Freudian slip, perhaps. I don't think so, but to use my intuition. There's always people that we have to call back that we really don't want to talk to.
Yeah.
We'd rather just get their voicemail or answer machine if we're archaic like me. Um, but yeah, so use your intuition. So start very small, very small little. Which route should I take to work today to avoid traffic? So start
Hmm.
small. Yeah, don't try to intuit big stuff. What stock to buy. Nope, ain't gonna happen. But so use little things, use little stuff. I mean, even if this is such a Tiffany moment, and you know me well enough to know this is like so. You're going to TJ Maxx and you see a beautiful ring in the jewelry counter.
Hmm.
Intuit, hey, is that ring going to fit me?
Ooh, I
So
like that.
start small, and so you're practicing on yourself, so you're not making there's no embarrassment of like someone's not going to call you up and be like, hey, you intued wrongly. I mean, so if you're parking, phone calling, you're
Hmm.
only practicing with yourself, so you're not going to be judged unfairly by someone else. Because let's face it, we are human and we all do it. Judging, intuiting
Yeah.
too. But yes,
Yeah.
know what I'm
That's
saying? So start small.
totally
Go
know what you're
small.
saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
What
all want to do
about
things kind of in private, especially when we're learning. When we're beginners.
I yeah, I totally get that.
Know
And
what I'm saying?
I lived it. So
I
um
lived it. You are living it. Here you are.
always, yes. So what about something like
Mm.
you hear your phone ring or you hear your little phone signal that you got a text from
Yep.
somebody and
Mm-hmm.
all
Mm-hmm.
of them sound the
All the
same. So
time.
it's
Perfect. Yes.
so yeah, like into it who it is before you look and see if you're
Sure.
right.
Absolutely. Perfect example. Yes.
Cool.
For real.
So, okay.
Or you could just, give everyone different little tones like I have because I'm such a nerd.
I have my boyfriend has a separate tone because he gets
Well,
priority.
he's special. Yes.
But don't tell my parents
He's,
that though.
well, it's between you and me and nobody else, I'm sure. Me and you and fence post.
Right.
You're right.
Um,
Hmm. All the peepers.
yeah. All the peeps. Yeah.
All the
I
peeps
am.
of the Peep Podcast.
I might start calling my people peeps now.
Peepers.
That was an idea when I started in 2020 and I just
Hashtag,
haven't had the guts to do it yet.
hashtag Peep Nation.
Oh, I love it.
Boom.
It's
You can
almost as
have it.
cool
It's
as
all
Tiff
you.
Nation.
Shut up. I totally took it from mine and just turned it to you. Yes.
I love it.
There
I'll
should be
borrow
a
it.
Peep Nation. I want to see a t-shirt with a big world on it and a globe or something and hashtag Peep Nation. I wear that proudly.
Okay, I will send you one. I
Make
will
it,
make
do
it.
it,
I will send you one.
done. Yes,
Done.
done. I will wear it and I will happily pay for it. You can't incur that charge by yourself. You're doing all this work gratis. So
Oh,
you need to be paid a little bit, girl.
well, I appreciate that.
We should
But
have a Peep Nation website with merch.
I will get to work on that. Like you have got my
Again,
mind
you have
going.
nothing. Oh, girl, I'll help you. And I will donate some items to go into that Peep. It can be
Ooh.
the equivalent of every radio station has their, prize closet,
Mm-hmm.
which is full of just nonsensical stuff like the plug-in butter cooler. Yes, someone actually gave it to me. Yes,
Oh wow.
someone did
Well,
from their prize closet because I do a lot of terrestrial radio.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the dumb stuff I've gotten from stations. I mean, truly, I've gotten everything from like smooth move treat tea. Yes, it makes you poop. To to the butter cooling plugged in thingy majigger, and you name it, and everything in between. Oh
Okay,
my
so
gosh, I
I,
go.
I have
We're
to
going off
ask.
topic. Yes.
Oh, I'm totally fine with it. Um,
Okay.
so I have to ask about the butter cooler. Was that a Wisconsin
Mm.
radio station?
Oddly, no.
Really?
What a great question. Good follow up. Good follow up. No, shockingly, yes, we are cheeseheads. We are not butterheads.
So
It was
Minnesota?
a it was Minnesota. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
St. Cloud to be specific.
that
And
makes more
you
sense.
you know who you are. Cat. Cat, 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 cat. That's all. I'll just leave it right there. If she's
Okay.
listening, she can deal. She's still my friend. I love her. Best eyelashes in the world. Natural. Hater. It's not
Wow.
even fair. I know. Mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
those are the people you get jealous of
A little
so
bit.
hard.
But you know what, girls? No boy has ever, ever, ever said, gee, she'd be better looking with longer lashes. Never have I ever heard that uttered from a male ever in my life. Not to say I'm kind of whorish, but I did hang out with more guys for sure than girls. Because I
Oh
just,
yeah.
I, I mean, girls rocked, but it was way easier for me to be friends with boys because girls are dumb.
I felt the same way.
I
And
had a hunch. My intuition was telling me you were going to resonate with that. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. And
100%.
not that we're not girls. I mean, we can be girls here, but I mean, guys are just easier to be friends with. They're straightforward. Yes, they're
Hmm.
going to tell you if you look dumb in something, and that's a favor. That's you know, that is a happy critique. That's, yeah, building you up, not tearing you down.
Oh yeah. Keep me from walking
Yes.
outside and making a fool of
Yeah.
myself, please.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, so going back to intuition.
Intuition. Yes. Back to topic. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I'm so
so
sorry.
no, I'm having fun.
I'm giggling. I'm literally in tears over here. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Okay, so
Hi.
once you've practiced for a while
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
you're getting pretty good at figuring out the perfect
Yes.
parking spot
Perfect
and
parking spot. Yep.
who's calling you before you look
Mm-hmm.
and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, sometimes you have some doubts about yourself when you start trying it in
Sometimes, all
different
the time.
situations, yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes. Oh, the
how do you
humanity.
trust yourself? What I mean, it's like it's
um,
the million
three
dollar
shots of
question.
tequila and a hit of Xanax. Oh. How, you know what? I mean, just like doing any confidence comes by practice and doing and more practice and just building up confidence and going, you know what? This has worked 13 times in a row. So who am I to question the 14th? So
Hmm.
you just have to practice, practice, practice. That's how you build up trust. And then then you can start intuiting for other people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then that's where it really, like, when you get a hit for someone else and they're like, damn, I'm awesome. I'm going to go put on a tiara and some really high heels and get a really good dark chocolate truffle.
That sounds amazing. I'm not sure
Yeah.
about the tiara for me, but the the dark
I could
chocolate truffle. Mm.
I think I have a tiara that I'm going to have to send you. You send me that shirt, you're going to get a tiara in return.
Okay.
And when we do this again, I want to see that thing on your head.
Okay.
Okay. Deal, deal, deal.
Yeah, deal. I'll do it.
Me too. And I'll wear the tee and I'll pot up my video and everything.
Yeah, because I need to screenshot that we're truly doing. I mean, I
Yes,
trust you. You trust me.
I do. Same. Yeah, indeed. You're a smarty. I don't do this. I don't work in the evenings for anyone else but you, babe.
I totally appreciate it. I mean, so much. I
I
appreciate
adore
this.
you.
Aw.
It's the truth. I was so there are truly, and I say this not just like to. There are like a handful of people that I genuinely respect in life, and my husband, my mommy,
Hmm.
you, and there's a couple other people that we may or may not mutually know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
I could name I could name drop, but I won't. And they would be people that would be relatives that would be well known to your audience.
yeah.
Grant,
I
did you
mean,
hear it?
I not quite. You want to say it again?
Grant Wilson. I
Uh-huh.
totally respect him. Respect.
He's, I haven't met him in person yet, but
He is
but
one of the nicest people you'll ever. He is so genuine and so authentic, and his wife is just a gem. I mean, he married so well. He didn't marry up or down. I mean, he married so on his level, in his lane. I can't even tell you. Rihanna is such a loving, wonderful person, but yeah, he is just the bomb. And I mean, nothing is against Jay. Jay is absolutely one of my best friends, and
Mhm.
he's written, many things for me. And Jay's awesome too. But Grant is someone I deeply, deeply respect.
Yeah. And
There
I
you go.
used to listen to, oh, it was some radio show you would do with them
Oh
when
yeah, when they had their radio show, yes,
yeah, when
that
I
was
lived in
super fun.
Minnesota.
Uh
And
huh.
I could hear the trust and the respect in your voices.
Oh,
And yeah,
it
I
was.
loved
We
it.
all, yeah. No, he is just. I could pontificate for an hour and a half just on truly like what a good soul he is. There's
Uh,
so many crap heads. So yeah, I'm trying to focus on the positive.
oh yeah. And
I mean, if
they
you
need to
wanted
be
me to
called out
crap
when
on
they're
people, oh yeah. I mean, trust me, I could, it's a short list, but there is a list of
Mhm.
crap heads, trust and believe, that I don't respect, that are well known. But you're one of a very small few that I absolutely respect and will work in the evening for and go out of my way for and sweat and have a few tears if there's some tech issues. Okay, I'm done
I'm
with it. I
so
really am
sorry.
done with it. Don't be.
I'm,
What'd you just say?
I
No,
said I'm
truly,
so sorry.
sweetie. I have a piece of carrot cake in the fridge. After this, I'm going to go eat it. I'm going to take my meds and I'm going to crash in bed and I'll be perfect.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I mean,
And
that sounds
there,
like a good plan
there
to me.
may or may not be a glass of wine. I haven't decided yet. Well, if I'm taking meds, there is not going to be a glass of wine. Kids,
Right.
do as I do, not as I say. So there. Okay.
Okay.
Intuition. Let's talk
So
more about it.
I love how off topic we get sometimes. So
Whoa.
yes,
Yes.
intuition.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the questions that I've been asked is how can
Mm-hmm.
you tell the difference between your
Yep.
intuition and your imagination?
Love that question. I get it all the time. Seriously, I must get that 4 to 7 times a month.
Wow.
But so it's probably the most asked question of me, outside of the whole psychic thing. But how do you tell the difference between into and what was it? Imagination?
Imagination. Mhm.
Perfect. Couple different things. Imagination is, and I think do you know who Matt Moniz is? You know him, don't you? Did I just catch you taking a sip of water?
Well, I was trying to.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Ha ha
Um,
ha.
I
Matt
don't,
Moniz. Do you know
the
him?
name sounds familiar. I don't think I
He
know him
is,
though.
yeah, he is brilliant, and he was very out of the East Coast. It was spooky South Coast. He used to do that with a bunch of different dudes, but yeah, very prominent in the paranormal world. But he's a genius. I mean, he is a man of science, and just he knows everything that like I would never even think of knowing. And so, because I got this question so very often, I went to Matt and I asked Matt, and I'll never forget. I was like on a walk some summer afternoon, just do in my head, going, I'm just going to call him and ask him this. And when I call, I'm like, Matt, what do we know about about imagination? What can science tell me about imagination? And he's like, nothing. He's like, except for this. He's like, imagination is only the only thing we know about imagination is built on something that already exists. So when we imagine something, it's I like this I like this hoodie, but I want it in blue. I like this pen. So imagination builds on something we have already known and experienced. So intuition, if intuition kind of comes from nowhere out of nothing. And the other cool, so does that kind of explain it, sort of, kind of? So
Actually,
imagination,
yes.
sort of. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagination is going from some building on a theme, essentially. And intuition, also, this is my other factor, does not have emotion attached to it. So if we're
Mm.
emotional, but yeah, there is no emotion and intuition. That's why we can do parking spots. I mean, it's great to get the rock star parking close up. Do we want that? Yeah. I mean, is that emotion when we get it? We do a little wahoo in our head. Yes, we do. But after we get it, but I mean, so we're driving through the parking lot and all of a sudden we feel like, oh my gosh, turn here. There's usually not an emotion attached to that. It's just a gut instinct.
Right.
Does that make sense? You know, we do the
Totally.
wahoo when we get there, but yeah, it's very instinct. Yeah, so
Yeah.
no emotion.
Yeah.
Intuition has no emotion. And imagination does kind of have emotion attached to it. Because we're looking at it going, I want, or I need, or you can see it in a different way, and that is exciting. That's an emotion. So if there is emotion attached to it, it is not intuition.
You totally just put into words what I was feeling, but not feeling, I guess, this weekend. So let me explain
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's go off topic. Well, it's
so
actually not,
it's
because you had an intuitive moment and you didn't even
yeah.
know.
So
Yes.
I went to Vegas a week ago, and then
Uh-huh.
this weekend, yesterday, as we record this, it was Sunday, and my
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend and I took my parents to a casino about 2 hours
Mm-hmm.
away. Late Father's Day gift. Drive
Uh-huh.
them to the casino, pay for
Fun.
lunch, all that stuff.
Love
Lots
it.
of fun.
Good girl.
And I had done a lot of meditations, and there is a meditation called the Liquid Luck meditation that helps you like picture yourself being more fortunate and like it, but
Hmm.
you put all these ingredients into a a container and you drink it and you
This is the
feel it. And
meditation.
yeah,
So
this
you
is the
visualize.
meditation. So
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
it's
I
really
want it.
cool.
Can you send that to me? Because I would like to watch
Absolutely.
it. I think
I
that is kind of
will
cool. I would like to do it.
I'll send you the link to it.
Please do. Yes. And
Yeah,
I'll find Pickle Weasel for you too.
awesome.
Cool.
And actually I'll put the link in the show notes too, so nobody feels left out.
Perfect. Yes.
Um,
Liquid
Liquid Luck.
luck.
Yes. So I did the meditation and we were in Vegas for 5 days,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
last 3 days I was really like calling on it and just going back to it as I was doing
Right.
something as simple as picking which slot machine I was going to sit in front of.
Exactly. There's intuition. Boom. Yeah.
Yes.
You feel, I'm pulled. I have to go
Yes.
this way. I don't know why. It's the same as every other ding, 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 ding
Yes.
machine. But yes,
Those
that's
3 days
intuition.
I won
Hmm.
money. I came
Boom.
home with money
See?
from Vegas.
Cha-ching. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you make money going?
I wouldn't say I made money, but
But you
I came
came
home
out
with
up.
money. Yeah, like the last 3 days I came out up. And
Fabulous.
that's actually how
Whatever
I
works,
paid for
babe.
yesterday. So yesterday
Boom.
I was trying to just think about it because I knew we were going to have this conversation today. So as
Yes.
I just without thinking told my boyfriend, okay, I'm going to go put this ticket into the Buffalo machine.
Uh-huh.
And I walked over, there are four Buffalo machines right next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt pulled to one, and
There
I
you go.
thought to
Yep.
myself, is this imagination or is this
Nope.
real? And yeah,
When you
no
feel a
question
pull,
asked. It was like, this is the one. And I sat
it's
down
it.
and I won $200
Hi. How's
on
it
penny
going?
slots.
Love it.
Yeah.
See, you
So,
knew. Yes,
but
when
like
you
you said,
feel,
there was no emotion. I
There's
just
no
thought,
you yeah,
zip.
one wasn't better than another, probably wasn't louder than another, one wasn't shinier than another. It just you just that's it. You had the pull. That is intuition. Intuition comes from our gut. It comes from I would say that intuition is that little candlelight that Jesus put into each and every one of us to help us kind of guide us.
I love that.
That's how I looked intuition. So it's a little birthday candle in my belly.
Oh, I love it.
That's how I. And then mine is pink and white straight because I am who I am. Pink, pink, pink,
Yeah.
pink, pink. Yes.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is just a normal little yellow candle, but
Hey, whatever,
it speaks to me.
whatever color if you want to be green and purple polka dots, I don't care.
Yeah,
Make your
because
candle you.
I 100% agree with that.
Yes.
Okay. So
Okay.
very similar to my
Mm.
question was one that you actually mentioned when we were emailing,
Uh-oh.
the difference between intuition and anxiety for some people.
Oh, yes. Another one that I get asked. So anxiety is an emotion. Boom.
There
Hi.
you go.
Yes. So there it is. We kind of covered it already. Sorry, not to
Yeah.
cut to the quick or nothing,
Oh
but
no. I mean,
for
when
all the
you can
tangents we've
simplify
gone
it.
on. Yeah. Nope. Anxiety is emotion. So if you're having a panic attack, that's an emotion.
Mhm.
Intuition is not going to give you any sort of anxiety. It's going to be like, it's the go with the flow. It's be the trout or the salmon or whatever the hell, whatever fish that does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you are starting to kind of share it with people and
Mm-hmm,
you're
mm-hmm.
stepping out of the comfort zone of just
Yeah.
testing it
It's
privately,
tough. Yes.
um, anytime that you can get validation
Mm-hmm.
from somebody else. So, for example, I was doing a reading for somebody a few weeks ago, and she just said, "Okay, just I'm going to say a word and tell me what comes into your head."
Oh,
And
I
she's
love that.
yes, and she said
Hey, if any of
location.
my clients are listening right now, please do that with me because that's like one of my most favoriteest things that people do. And I never, well, I shouldn't say never, it rarely happens. I need it to happen more. People,
I
come
well,
on.
when she said it at first, I was like, "Whoa, okay." Like she's really
Uh-huh.
testing me. But then she said
Wow.
location, and the first thing that came to mind was sand. And then my ego jumped in and said beach. So I said
Mm-hmm.
sand, beach. And then I looked at her and I'm like, wait, does that make sense? And she said sand does, but beach doesn't. And I said, that's because my ego always gives me a second word. Like that's
Uh-huh.
my
Yep.
brain trying to make sense of whatever I just got.
You're trying to interpret. Yes.
Yes. And
And
that's
I tell, yeah, upcoming psychics all the time, which you are one of those people. When we try to interpret, that's when we all go funkalistic.
yeah.
So
So
don't
don't
try to
do it.
interpret. Just I know. I'll never forget. I was actually reading for. He's become a dear friend. He's like semi-famous. He's on a D list. I mean, some you probably know him, and I know him, but he's
Mhm.
it's not like a Jerry Seinfeld or someone hugely famous, but he's well known, mildly famous, really cute, hottie patati.
Ooh,
But
okay.
anyway, we can talk about that later. But I'll never forget. I was reading for him, and all of a sudden we were just chit chatting. I'm like Bulgaria. He's like, "Are you possessed?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "What the hell is?" I'm like, "Why am I getting Bulgaria so hard?" And he's like, because I just got requested to do an audition for a movie in Bulgaria." I'm like, "Get the
Oh my
hell!"
goodness.
I'm like, yes. And again, don't interpret it. Just get it
Just
out. Get it. Yeah. If it comes in, get it out as fast as you can, and no ego, and don't try to connect it. And that's not our job. Let let it, whoever you're reading for connect with it
yeah.
because we're trying to put ourselves into it and it's not about us,
Yep. And
which
that's
is super hard. I mean,
it
because
really is.
we are the messenger, we're the conduit, and we're the wires, we are the electrical system for the psychic stuff.
Yeah. I
I
love
mean,
that.
it's the only way. I mean, we are the plug-in and we are the electrical system. We're the cords, and I
Yeah.
hate cords. Yes,
We're the
we are the.
courts.
How about this? We're the Bluetooth. I can
Okay.
make it a little bit more cool, but
Yeah. A
yeah,
little more modern.
Yes, we are
Bluetooth.
the Bluetooth because yeah, unless we have something dangling from us, and some people do. Well, like right now, I have my earbuds, but
Oh, okay.
you know, so yes, cords are stupid though. So we are the Bluetooth for the universe. We being in the psychic realm, me and you,
Yeah. That's a very good analogy.
we are
Yeah. And
because it comes from nothing.
what I've learned from you,
Bless
and
you.
just and practicing and is just if something keeps coming to me, I need to just go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and say it out loud because
Right?
I have had moments where I waited and then somebody said something and I was like, I was thinking that.
Son
But
of
of
a
course
gun.
then,
I know, right? I
they're
know.
like,
Then
yeah,
you're
of
like,
course you are.
right,
Duh.
sure, sure, sure.
Yeah.
We'll tip you later. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
hmm
definitely just go with your instinct and
Yes.
yeah, I like
I know what
this.
you and I have to do sometime. We have to do a dual gallery together. We have to get on Zoom and do like like a gallery, a
Ooh.
virtual Would you do it with me?
Sure.
I think that would be a super blast.
Yeah. I'm all for butterflies thinking about that.
I know who could do it for us too, and I know she'd love to do it. But yeah, I think that would be so fun.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you set it up, I will definitely jump in with you.
Cool.
All right.
The blue, yeah. What did I call you earlier?
My Sterling Fox,
Yes.
Tiffany and Sterling.
It's Tiffany and Sterling. Okay.
Okay, could be your
That's
psychic name.
that's my new name. Sterling.
Sterling, 925, baby.
As I sit here and curl my hair.
It's
Curl
yeah.
my curls.
She's petting herself as you should. Fluff the curls, yeah. Fluff the
They're
beautiful hair.
it's nice and humid today. They're fluffy enough without my help. Okay. So did you
hmm
have any other advice involving intuition that you may want to share with anybody?
Develop it, develop it. You will not be sad. You'll and don't worry about people judging you. Just use all those little techniques. You know, just work on yourself and do it but to yourself because it's only going to better your life and make your life
Mhm.
easier. Let your little Jesus candle point you in the right direction. That's in your
Yes.
belly. Yes. So there. I'm trying to
All
think of
right.
anything else. Intuition is awesome, and intuition is the gateway to psychic ability. I'll say that. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Hold on, cowboy or cowgirl. If you start working on your into, it's going to go even farther, likely.
Yeah.
Yes. You know who talks about intuition quite a bit that I love, and she was such a mentor to me. I can do this.
Who?
Echo Bodine, dear
Oh,
friend. Echo.
okay.
Echo Bodine. What a cool name, right? But
That
yeah,
is
Minnesota psychic extraordinaire. She's amazing. People may or may not know her, but she has written a ton of books and but I will give her a little I'll give it a little twist that a lot of people don't know if you don't know her. She was actually the psychic consult for Ghost,
that's why
Whoopi
I know her
Goldberg.
name.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yep, Whoopi Goldberg. Yes. And she worked I mean she has worked with incredible like huge name. Like she would did Farrah Fawcett's show before Farrah Fawcett passed. May she RIP, but oh yeah, I mean, Echo is the shiz. I didn't curse. I didn't say pickle weasel either. But so yes, she is amazing. But yeah, if you guys are looking for more intuition on looking for more intuition, I meant to say information. Hi. Wow. More information on intuition, Echo Bodine is a great resource. So
You know
there.
what? I'll find a link to
And I'm sure
something about her. Yeah.
her book, I think that's just on into I think it's called A Still Small Voice, which I think is a biblical reference, but intuition is very biblical.
Okay. A
Are you
still
making
small
notes?
voice. I
As I
am. You can
I
see me
think
writing over here.
yes, I think she's written several books, but I think that's the one. I've read them all, so they all kind of blend. So I have like an Echo Bodine stew in my head, but at all times. But yes, I think that's the one. So that would be my recommended reading.
Okay.
Cool.
And that's why I wrote it down. And if I well, I not an if, when I find the link, I will also post it to my Facebook group. So
Mm-hmm.
share it with
Absolutely.
people.
Please do. Yes, it's a Good, good. And then I'll see it, and then I will tag Echo in it, and we'll all become this happy little Into family. Maybe we should start an Into group on Facebook.
That would be cool.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Okay.
Japanesey.
Do you want to start it or should I?
Yes. True. One of us should do that. I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll let you do it.
I can do that.
You do it. Invite me.
cheap
I'll
and easy
join
and
right
quick.
up. Yeah.
Done. We'll see if we can get Echo in there too. And I can think of a half a dozen other people that I'm sure would partake in that. And then we can do it. We can have people test their intuition on people that they don't know. So it's a little bit easier. So if you want to get
Yes.
involved, does that make sense? We can have like little practice groups
I love it.
where, people can pose a question and go, what does your intuition say about me buying the Impala or the Harley? Which one should I go with? Whatever.
Yeah.
Should I put my house up for sale now or in December? But yes, we can do like little practice moments. And so people don't have to be scared.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm all about empowering people, if you haven't figured out.
I
You
have.
know this. Yes, you know this. but
That's
you
why
know
I
me.
love you.
Thanks. Build people up. Stop tearing them down.
I love this idea. You always give me so much to think about.
Crap. I'm sorry.
No, no, it's a good
Homework
thing.
in the head is not fun necessarily.
No, it's great because
Cool.
we're creatives. So the more
We are.
inspiration you get, the more good things you can create. Duh.
I am just a mirror for people I work with, and that would be so. You're giving me something. You're giving it, sweetie. It wouldn't come into my head if I weren't working with you. So you inspire me to be inspiring to you.
That's an awesome little feedback loop we've got going on here.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a truth.
Yes, and hopefully
Truth.
we're inspiring some listeners.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this has been great. And
Absolutely.
Okay, so if anybody
What
wants
else?
to email you with
Mhm.
questions, the
Yes,
email
about
address.
in general. Yes, about intuition. Tiffany, like breakfast at or like the jewelry store, whatever you want to go. Yeah. Tiffany at psychtiff.com.
And I'll put that in the show notes too.
Please do. Yes.
Definitely. Tiffany, thank you so much for coming on the show
Nikki Beth,
and spending
thank
your
you.
evening with me.
I'm just going to call you Sterling from now on.
Okay. Thanks again to Tiffany for coming back on the show, and thanks to you for listening. If you're interested in joining the Facebook group that Tiffany started after we did this interview, the link is in the show notes, or search A Still Small Voice Intuition Group on Facebook. If you are interested in sharing your own paranormal experiences, or if you have an idea for an episode topic, please reach out through the contact form at peeppodcast.com. That's PEEP podcast.com. Remember, that stands for People Experiencing Everyday Paranormal. While you're there, subscribe to my newsletter to keep up with the podcast and all my creative and energetic endeavors. I only email it once a month. You'll receive briefs on recent episodes, information on upcoming appearances, and so far in September and October, I have 9 live events scheduled, plus some additional fun stuff. If you enjoy the podcast, please give it some rating love on your favorite podcast app, share it with friends, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Ratings, reviews, and shares help the platforms like Apple Podcast and Spotify know it's worthy of surfacing to new listeners. A huge thank you to everyone who has given the show some love. You are helping it grow. No matter how you support the show, listening, telling others about it, or any other way, I absolutely appreciate your being here. Thanks again for listening. Stay safe and be well.